Today we will discover the differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. According to the New York State Science Learning Standards, middle school students should be able to develop and use a model to describe how asexual reproduction results in offspring with identical genetic information and sexual reproduction results in offspring with genetic variation. Every living cell contains genetic material, also known as DNA. During asexual reproduction, a cell will make a copy of its DNA. The cell now contains two copies of DNA. The cell will then divide and produce two daughter cells that each contain a copy of DNA. So the daughter cells have the same genetic material that the parent cell does. Asexual reproduction can also occur in multicellular organisms. The first picture is a hydra, which reproduces asexually by a process called budding. The little bud is a cluster of genetically identical cells to the parent. Redwood trees that are found in the California forest can also reproduce asexually from a single parent tree. The trees become clones of the parent. Sexual reproduction requires two parents. Each parent produces sex cells, or gametes, that are genetically different from the parent's original cells that make up the rest of the organism. The male sex cell, called sperm, will fertilize the female sex cell, called an egg, which will eventually result in an offspring that is genetically different entirely from the parent organisms. Genetic variation as a result of sexual reproduction allows for differences amongst the same species. For instance, some of us may have green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes. Some of us may have attached earlobes, some may not be, which is all a result of sexual reproduction and genetic variation.